Us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with a gunner. Oh, goes the lead. Francis is gunner.
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish. Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to goal. It's a knockout. Oh, my It's a knockout.
And he's closing in, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot, and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Clock is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the catches.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Sports Betting Show with your hosts, Trigger Joe, Send It 7 Pearson, and the Big Earl. UFC, NFL, if it's on, we're betting on it.
What's up, Trash Talkers, Gruntworks Nation, and anybody watching from another planet that we don't know about? All right. Hey, it's Friday night. I hope you all are having a great time. And we haven't, done a show in a while, really. So for a Veteran Trash Talk Hour, and because it was my retirement party, right? So I am officially out now. So watch out, DOD. I have no filter. I simply called out 2 generals today on LinkedIn, and how they tell you that who viewed your profile on there. There was like 7 guys with stars in their picture looking at my profile because I asked them, hey, who had a picture of him? I go, what happened in Ranger School? I just tab checked a general, no big deal. All right. So that's just how we're going to roll from now on here and out. But anyways, I know you guys heard the sponsor. We have been officially sponsored by FleetTex.com, and we are super excited to partner with them because guess what? All he wants to do is hire veterans. Okay, so that's it. And you can't have a better sponsor for our mission than to get people jobs. So if you need a job, and I believe a lot of it's entrepreneurial work that you get paid for. Right?
Absolutely.
So go to FleetTex.com if you need a job. All right. And especially if you have mechanical or electrical, backgrounds, you're going to get hired. And tell them Veteran Trash Talk sent you. And like I said, what a blessing to have that sponsorship.
And if you want a little caveat off of how this guy treats veterans, I went to high school with him. He's taken his 2 top guys, which are both veterans, to the Kentucky Derby as we speak. They're going down there, and he's taking them on him. So this is how he treats his employees and his veterans. So that's all he asked for. He said, get me some more veterans to work for me because those are my best
Tell him
guys.
the next time there's a Derby invite, if I don't go, it's unacceptable.
That was a good caveat. You should behoove everyone to pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Rewind it. Listen to the sponsor, FleetTex.com. There's a dash in between Fleet and Tex. I put it in the chat thread. And old Len Clark says, congrats on the retirement and the sponsor. Thanks, Len. Mark Kershaw says, what's up, fellow 2P vets? Mark's out there killing it. He's about to do some serious stuff that we're also going to get involved with. So we'll talk about that some other time. And then, Lee D. Humphrey from Yanis, Texas, the greatest country in the world. That is Texas. All right, well, we got a big night. All right, and we got a big day tomorrow. So we got UFC 274, which was supposed to be big. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Shout out to 10th Mountain Bourbon. You guys been there from the beginning, and you haven't left us yet, so we love you. 274. And apparently the champion, we'll get to this a little bit later, didn't make weight. So that's kind of stupid. We'll get into that. Like I said, we'll talk about that later. But with us today is Bill, Send It 7 Pearson, the champ. Okay, Joe, you hear that? I, on my retirement party, was able to get 1 back for the infantry. So we are now 2-1.
Witness.
Yeah,
Witness.
And there were a lot of witnesses to that one.
Yeah,
so,
those are good sloshes too.
Yeah, I don't know how many people can remember it, but there was a lot of witnesses to it. And then we got Joe Triggered Britson. So go on Facebook, follow them at Send It 7 and at Triggered Joe, and it'll be a real awesome time. Okay, shall we get into the fights? And I believe there was a point the last fight show, and I believe that Joe won it. So I think we're down to 2. I think your lead has shrunk to 2, Bill. I think maybe it's just because you're too busy as a sergeant major that.
What fight was that?
Well, we'll have to go back. I could be wrong, but it's either 2 or 3. All right, so it's getting narrowed down. But I have it in my notes on a different book. I keep all the records. But okay, we got the first fight, and it's a lightweight fight. It's Cerrone at 36-16 versus Lauzon at 28-16. Now, this is a tough card for the Big Earl. All right, remember, I forgot that intro because I was all excited about the sponsor. All right, just remember, at the end of the show, stick around because they're going to give you their locks, their parlays, and their DraftKings sleeper. Now, when I make my picks, don't listen to me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. All right, unless you want to make big money, then you listen to me. There is a fight on this card where I was a genius about a couple months ago on. And so again, just hear me out. I'm here for the jokes. Pay attention to the experts. They got it. They're going to get you where they need to get. And if you don't have money, don't gamble. Okay? Just don't. We're not advocating you having a gambling problem. But if you got a little bit of scratch, just pay attention and, get it done. Hey, Rob Ballin, thanks for the compliment there. But this is a tough one for me because I'm an old man guy. All right? I'm a huge fan of the old men fighting, and it's all that's on this card. Everybody's like 70. Right. So I don't know how these guys are still doing it. So it should be a lot of fun. All right. I'm going to go with Cerrone. All right. By Lumberjack Strike If you haven't heard about it, look it up. Lumberjack Strike, first round KO. Let's start with the champ. Bill, what say you?
Yeah, let's start with Bill. This is fun.
This one was tough for me. Cerrone is by far one of my favorite fighters of all time. I haven't seen Joe Lozon fight fucking forever. Was it 19? Maybe I think 2019 is the last time he fought. Problem with Cerrone is he's lost his last 6 fights. His chin is just not there anymore. And credit to him because he's been in some battles. He's been in a lot of battles through the years. God damn.
Man, Friday night, the Lord is involved already.
Bill
is already
could
praying.
go either way.
Bill is already praying to the gambling gods on the first fight of the night.
It's so brutal.
Something tells me, man, I was leaning towards Lozon all day. I'm not gonna lie. This is Cerrone's last fight. I almost think they're just throwing Lozon just to go in and lose for Cerrone, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go Cerrone TKO second round.
Very nice. Very nice.
All
All right. Trigger Joe, what say you?
And I almost think it was just they threw Lozon out there to lose for Cerrone's last fight.
Oh, so wait. How's it going to end? Knockout, you said?
TKO in the second.
Yeah. TKO in the second. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, you know, you got to throw out the last 5 out because the last 5 out, there's only 1 win between the 2 of them. All right. Lozon hasn't fought in a while. So I'm going with based on just pure the competition level and experience. I know it's very, very close, but Cerrone's a legend. Last fight, I think that they handpicked Lozon for a specific reason. I don't know if it's to go, lay an egg, but maybe it's because they know Lozon's in a situation. Maybe he's coming off an injury, something where he just hasn't looked real sharp, and they're like, okay, well, yeah, we'll fight Cerrone. And that's a good last fight for the legend. So I'm going to roll with Cerrone on this one. And I'm actually going to say that there's some grappling involved and that Cerrone submits him. He's got 17 submission victories in the UFC, and he's only been submitted once. A lot of people forget about that. So 17 submissions. I'm going to say Cerrone subs him in the second round. So
awesome.
both.
All right, it's going to be a lock, I think. Well, I don't know. Bill was kind of questioning.
I'm not going to lock it up. I'm not going to. Just because of Cerrone's last 5, you just can't. I don't trust him, but that's what I'm going with. Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's jump to the next one. And I want everybody watching, and I want them to pay attention to these pictures, right? Because that's how I do my research, right? I look at their name. If it's Eastern Bloc, I pick them. Okay, if it's if they look like a gangster, I probably pick them too. All right, but this one was tough. All right, take a look at these guys. It's a light heavyweight fight. You got Rua versus Saint Preux. Right now, I always get that confused with like one of the only UFC guys I knew before.
Like they made us say in basic training. That's how they say it. That's Shogun Hua.
But I know
formula.
I think about like St. Pierre because that's like one of the only fighters I knew before I started doing this show. So it kind of gets me scared. And then who was the guy who played a Country Boy Will Survive? That guy. I knew that guy too. Was it Matt Hughes? Yeah. So anyways, these 2 guys, when I was doing my research and I was, getting in depth into their pictures, right? I realized that these are the 2 guys. One's 38, the other's 30 or 40 and 39 or something like that. What does their age say? Is Chris have it up there?
39 or St. Preux 39.
Yeah, 39 and 40 or something like that. Okay, so these are
it's 39 and 40.
Yeah, yep. Both of these guys, all right, they look like they're the dude that's in the bar whose wife just cheated on them, and they don't usually go to the bar, right? And they're there and they're quiet, they're slamming friggin' shots, and then there's some young kid that wants to start some shit, right? And then that guy ends up in a hospital. All right, that's what these 2 guys look like. So this is going to be a big pick from the Big Earl. I'm calling a draw. Okay, I'm calling it a draw because I think these 2 guys are going to kick the ever-living shit out of each other, and it's going to be the best fight of the night, just by the way they look. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, I'm going to go with St. Preux on this one.
No draw?
No draw. And I'm going to say, oh, man. Yeah, I don't think Hood's going to have it in him when he gets tagged, and I do believe he gets tagged. This 4-inch reach thing. St. Preux made me look like an idiot against Menafield. He's obviously got the power to knock somebody out. He's great on the ground, and I don't think Hood's going to want anything to do with him there. So I say he stands up and TKOs him, and I'm going to say he gets it done in round 2. St. Preux by TKO.
Nice. Very nice. Bill, what say you?
Who is an absolute legend of the game? I mean, especially if we followed since the Pride days.
Nope.
If this fight happened 10 years ago, St. Preux would get his fucking shit caved in. Now, same thing as we were talking earlier. I don't think his chin's there anymore. I mean, he's just been through too many epic battles, especially in the Pride days. I'm going with St. Preux too, but I'm going to say he gets it done late in the first round. I just don't think his chin's there anymore. And his body has progressively gotten worse too. So I don't think his cardio is going to be there either. I'm going to go with St. Preux late first round TKO. Joe might be right. I think it might be done early in the second, but I think St. Preux is going to tag him, and his chin and cardio it's just not there anymore. He really shouldn't be fighting. I mean, he doesn't have a shot at a belt. It's kind of one of those beer money fights, and St. Preux doesn't either. Let's be honest. But I think St. Preux TKO late first.
Oh, I blacked out. Did you guys pick the same fighter?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Hey, Daniel Dexter's watching. He was a guest on this show, and he was also a guest on the Trash Talk Hour. He's a Northwest Mutual guy. All right. Hey, Dan, say hi. But by the way, he has a link to a golf tournament run by a veteran-owned business in Chicago, which it's going to pay me to say this, but I hope that it's successful. Okay, because I hate everything from Chicago. But hey, Dan, share that link in there if you're watching, and you guys can support that golf tournament. Give it a shot for a good cause. All right, we got a lightweight fight again. Do they usually stack the UFC with the people that might fight the champ someday? Was that what they're doing? Okay.
Pay-per-views. So, yeah, they put.
Okay. Oh yeah. Dan says, "Don't lose me money again." Okay. The one time he goes to Vegas was like the worst night that we ever had. Like, and it's like,
yeah,
can't be great all the time.
Yeah,
shit.
just brutal. But anyways, again, it wasn't our fault. It was the fact that he actually listened to us that day, and he brought his Illinois curse with him. All right, so everything from Chicago sucks.
Oh, you got mushed.
Yeah,
you got mushed.
Except for their hot dogs. All right, that's the only thing that's good. All right, so we got a lightweight fight, and we got Chandler at 22-7, and then Ferguson at 26-6. Now again, the big girl does his research, and when I look at these lightweight guys, they look like gymnasts to me. All right, so I don't get it. I don't think they're tough. Right, like I'll slap them around all day. I'm not even worried about them. Right, so I'm gonna go with Ferguson. Third round sub with a new sub. He's gonna do an Achilles pinch. All right, because that's how tiny these guys are. You can literally snap their Achilles with a pinch. So I'm gonna go Achilles pinch submission. Third round Ferguson. Bill, what say you?
No.
This is bullshit.
I'm going with Chandler on this one, but I actually think Chandler is going to drag it to a decision. To be honest with you,
not with the Achilles pinch.
Fergus is just a tough dude, but I think he's tough beyond his own good. And honestly, ironic that Gaethje's on this card. I think Gaethje changed him. Joe and I have said it a billion times. Even his trainer said he needs to retire after that Gaethje fight. And then for you fight fans, to go back and watch Gaethje fight Ferguson, Herb Dean said he stopped the fight because when Gaethje was punching him, it sounded like he was punching the inside of a pumpkin. The bone tissue was just completely fractured. He was just punching soft tissue. And, you remember, Joe, Ferguson was
Tony did that weird kind of – he did some kind of dance that they do next to a fire in an old Western when they're doing the Indian war chant. Like he was waving at ghost figures, and they finally were like, yeah, you've had enough.
It was bad.
He didn't even get knocked off his feet. So he is too tough for his own
decision. I think Chandler's got a hell of a punch, but I think Ferguson's just He's just too tough for it. And Chandler's got a decent ground game. He's a good wrestler. So I got Chandler by decision.
Very nice. Very nice. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, I got the exact same thing. I think that Tony's ability to take the punishment he's taken, and just the amount of rounds he's gone in his last 3 fights also. I mean, and just brutal beatings and wars. And Tony's very, very hard to finish. And that's the only reason I'm saying Chandler by decision. But I think Chandler gets the better of the power shots. He may have, I think Ferguson will have his moments on the feet. He's got 5 inches of reach. He does got some tricky strikes, but Chandler is such a powerful wrestler and athlete that I say he puts Tony on his back at will, holds him there if he needs to, and definitely wins 29-28, if not 30-27. But
Right,
I think Tony will make it a war, but Tony will lose. Tony will definitely lose.
Are you saying Chandler's just got more energy?
Yeah, at this moment, I'd say he's much more fight young as far as the wear and tear he's taken in his last 4. He's had a great start to his UFC career. I mean, he only took that 1 punch from Oliveira, but other than that, he's looked pretty damn good, and he looked good against Gaethje. So, yeah, he actually hurt Gaethje a few times, and with Ferguson, Gaethje was never in any kind of real trouble. So I think Chandler definitely has got more power too.
I only asked that because I was doing some interesting research on these high motor guys, right? And just hear me out with this logic. But every dead body on Mount Everest was once a super highly motivated, energetic person. So maybe you should calm down a little bit. All right. So I'm going with Ferguson. All right. That's just what's going to happen. Anyways, hey, what does our new sponsor think about adult industries with the same people in it? Because that was the closest one. When you said that was the closest one to trigger me. I don't know if you can remember what you said, but I almost slipped. That was close. I'll give you credit on that one. Mickey Severson on the chat thread. First of all, Mickey Severson, if you were a fighter, I would never pick against you. Okay, that is
unless you're fighting Arturo Gatti.
Yes, that is one of the best fight names I've ever seen on our chat thread. Okay, so Mickey Severson says this is a noob question. He goes, does anyone think that Conor McGregor will make a legitimate comeback, or is he just a sideshow attraction at this point?
He's somewhere in between.
Yeah,
I don't
think he'll make a legitimate comeback. I think he'll do a couple more fights for the paychecks. But a legit run at the belt, I don't think so.
I think he's still top. I think he's still top 5, but that's probably about where he stops at about number 5. Man, yeah, these guys have stayed hungry. You know, none of these guys made $100 million against Floyd Mayweather. These guys are fighting for their lives. You know, they're not going to they'll take a fight with Conor because they're going to get paid, but they're going to tear his head off. And if you're asking about the Kamaru Usman nonsense that they're talking about online, Kamaru Usman would bury Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor may never walk again. He'd kill him. So that will never happen.
And at 155, there's just too much of a onslaught for him.
Murderers at that weight class.
We got to address the name again, Mickey Severson. Mickey, what do you do? What do you do?
I think Ken Norton TKO'd him in the 4th right before Ali.
Yeah, like, are we talking
Mickey
to a professional fighter right now?
Like corner man name.
Yeah, it's just great.
Cut man, Mickey Severson.
Hey, that's a good lead-in. So, hey, Mickey, if you're still listening, everybody go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com or gruntworksclothing.com. Put in the code VTTGW, get yourself a discount. Mickey, if you go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com and buy something, I will send a free button your way. All right. The button is hilarious. It's got 12 veteran sayings in it. But just for having that name, you get a free button. I feel like Oprah right now. You get a button. You get a button.
You get a button.
Everybody gets a button. All right. I tell you what, if everybody buys a shirt that's watching right now and puts in the code VTTGW on shop.veterantrashtalk.com, I'm sending you a free button. Why? Because I have thousands.
Everybody gets a humpback whale.
Right. Yeah. So, anyways, okay, let's get on with this. This is the one I was waiting to call because this was the one time that the Big Earl, was the genius. Okay. So we have Rose, the co-main women's straw event, which normally doesn't have a lot of knockdowns. Okay.
Yeah.
Where you got Rose Naga. She's the champ. Okay. And she's American. She's 12-4. And she's facing Carla Esparza at 19-6. Esparza. Excuse me. All right. Esparza. All right. Coming in at 19-6, as the military people would say, is as you were. It's Esparza. All right. Now, those of you who can't flash back, I don't know if Tanner Port's watching. All right. I hope he is. But Tanner Port and I were the only ones that went with America. And there's a reason why I wore this shirt. Back-to-back World War champs. Right? So these guys picked the Chinese. Yeah, you guys picked the Chinese. And does anybody remember how I called that fight ending?
I think you said head kick.
By decapitation. All right. And that's literally what Rose did. She kicked that commie's head right off. Okay. So I am going again with Rose.
Did Tanner pick Rose or did his wife?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, Heather picked her, obviously, but I don't think Tanner's watching to roast him like that. But anyways, yeah, I'm going Rose with her.
It might be a biology class.
I'm going. Oh, we can talk about that at a different time. But yeah, I'm not a biologist. All of a sudden, the Supreme Court's ruling on biology. Anyways, Rose is going to win again, this time in the second round with her second career decapitation. All right. So I've already been having too much fun. So Joe, what say you?
Yeah, I got Ann Still, Thug Rose. I think it's a bad matchup for Carla again. And I think Rose takes her to the cleaners and wins a pretty far and away decision. I think Carla's wrestling keeps her in it. It's kind of stall, a lot of grabbing and trying to clinch against the fence, but Rose at distance will tee off at will on her, and she'll land, and she's got the. So I got Rose winning a unanimous decision.
Very nice, very nice. I like to see how people jump on my bandwagon real quick. Bill, what say you?
I'm actually a little bit more on your bandwagon. So the first time these two fought, Carla defeated Rose, but that was a different Rose. That was a Rose before a very long winning streak. I think Rose is gonna TKO her. I think Carla's shown she can be clipped. And Rose is a different striker than when they first fought. So I actually think Carla might get a little bit of false confidence on that one with the chin. I'm going to go with Rose TKO in the third.
Very nice.
I think Carla's going to wear herself out a little bit. Like I said, she's shown she can be rocked. And I think she might even get a little bit of that false confidence, thinking she could take that shot. And again, Rose has grown a lot since the last time they fought. It's a completely different Rose from the first time.
Question is, will you bet the under in that fight? Because I bet it pays nicely.
Ooh, I bet it pays
maybe
big.
There'll be one parlay where I have the under on Rose. For sure.
Throw a $5 on that one. See what happens.
Yeah, I might do the same.
I'm taking Rose by TKO in the third. I might take the under just for a wacky parlay to see if I can win big. But Rose TKO.
All right, those of you watching for the first time, we really appreciate it. And again, our sponsor, FleetTex.com, they're the ones that, they make this happen so that we can, dedicate some time and some energy to it and put all the bells and whistles together. And the bigger that we get with your guys' support, we need the viewership, we need the shares and all that stuff. But he hires only veterans for the most part. Obviously, he can hire other people, but he wants to hire veterans. Okay. And I think he's primarily in Tennessee, right? North Carolina, Michigan, Pennsylvania, right? But there is remote work around the country with FleetTex.com. So go there, especially if you have mechanical or electrical backgrounds. So get there and apply and, help him out because he's helping us out. And then, the Face Man figured out his Facebook account and he has decided to start watching.
Very nice.
Sorry,
David.
Sorry, Face Man. This is in English. All right, so you're gonna have to put subtitles on. All right, so we got we get to talk about the meat and potatoes. All right, we get to talk about the main event. Which do you get a discount on the pay-per-view? Seeing as somebody's a fat boy. right? Now,
You should though.
you should, because you think about it in the military where you make $19,000 a year, like you get kicked out. If you don't make weight, you're gone. Right? This guy is not making weight. Like he should be publicly shunned. And like all the money, like he should have to pay for everyone's pay-per-view. This son of a gun. All right. So Oliveira, 32-8. Fat boy. Didn't make weight. And then you got Gaethje. All right. I didn't even write his record down. So who freaking knows? All right. I didn't write his record down because I picked Gaethje to win by spinning hammer fist in the third round. Now,
would that be kind of like a tomahawk?
I mean, you got to think about it. So a spinning hammer fist.
It comes around like.
I don't think you understand, Joe, just how technical that move is. All right, it's slightly more technical than the lumberjack KO that I called earlier, but it's less technical than the Achilles pinch. So I'm going spinning hammer fist, third round, Gaethje, which I'm already a winner because Gaethje already won. So is it Bill's turn? Bill, what say you?
I'm gonna be open here. I went in all day and honestly all week. Since your retirement party, when we were talking, I had Oliveira going into this. I just think his ground game is just so much superior to that of Gaethje's. The thing with Gaethje is going to force you to those deep waters. You fight Gaethje, you're getting in a fight. That's just all there is to it.
Was that a haiku?
Yeah, actually.
Yes. It's a poem about nature.
I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah.
Look, with him not making weight twice today, Oliveira, that makes me wonder what kind of training camp he had going in and how much he depleted himself to try to make weight. Which makes me wonder if he can go into those deep waters with Gaethje.
Another haiku.
So I'm switching to Gaethje. I'm switching to Gaethje in the later rounds. I think Gaethje's going to take him out in the fourth round. I think Gaethje's going to drag him into those deep waters, tire him out, and Oliveira is not going to make it. He's not ready for that Gaethje style fighter. And Gaethje's another one of those dudes where he will go to sleep or his arm will break. He's going to make you finish him. And I don't think Oliveira's going to have it in him. And honestly, I think mentally, knowing he just had his belt stripped and he can't win it back tonight is just going to defeat him mentally as well. And now Gaethje knows, hey, I can take this belt and rub it in your face because you can't win it anyway. So I'm going Gaethje, fourth round TKO.
Dude, how baller would it be if he lost and then took the belt? It was like this with it. Dude, like, yeah, fat boy. Like that would be baller. Now, didn't we win money on Gaethje when that guy had him in an arm bar for like 30 seconds to where like his elbow was like higher than his head? And like that round, I was like, oh shit, we just lost our parlay. And then like he didn't tap. Was that Gaethje? Like it was something stupid. Like I don't remember.
His name popped in my head. It wasn't Gaethje though.
Oh, okay. Like, but it was like
Gaethje fought Khabib last, right?
Oh,
Chandler. Yeah.
Oh, so fuck Chandler. Okay, yeah. But I remember one guy we bet on had somebody had him in the arm bar, and it was like, how is he not tapping? Like I tap as soon as somebody pretends to lock it in. I'm like,
I'll tell you what we haven't. I'll tell you what we haven't mentioned at all, but I think we all were shitting bricks when Gilbert about put Hamzat out, because that was a war, bro.
Yeah.
That was a war, man.
Well, I wasn't shitting bricks because I got no idea who those two guys are. But anyways,
Hamzat had me worried.
All right, but Joe, what say you on the main
dude?
event?
This is why Bill and I we don't even need to talk sometimes. Like we both were leaning Oliveira. We were talking about it at your party. We were both leaning Oliveira.
And I literally
exactly. But with Oliveira, his heart has been questioned before. Yeah. And they've questioned him in the later rounds before as to whether or not he quits. If there's any quit in him, Justin Gaethje will find it. And if he goes out there pissed off, like, oh, you stripped my belt, I'm going to go out there and rip this guy's head off, I believe he gets hurt badly. And I think he knows if he had a bad camp and he was injured and he couldn't get down to weight, I think he knows I've got 2 rounds to dispatch this guy, which means if Gaethje gets to the 3rd, and I believe he does, I think he takes the fight over and starts walking away with it. And it looks like Oliveira's on no legs because they've been kicked into the upper deck by the 4th round, and Gaethje just overwhelms him. And I literally have Gaethje 4th round TKO, just like Bill.
No spinning hammer fist?
No, I think he just hits him with one of those nasty uppercuts and he crumples and they stop it.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody find me the odds on a spinning hammer fist. But Dave says, why didn't he just use cocaine to cut weight? I'm pretty sure they test for amphetamines and uppers. So
that would be illegal,
choice,
David.
Solid choice.
But then again, it is a scientific fact that cocaine
is a hell of a drug.
It removes lactic acid from your body. Okay, so if you're sore and you take a bump, you're good to go. We do not advocate for that because it's against the law in the United States. But I'm just saying, all right, if you go on to Peru or something like that.
My friend said that.
Yeah,
my
friend said that.
I don't know.
So go ahead and chew a couple cocoa leaves and get over it. All right. Okay. So there you have it. And I wouldn't be a man of my word if I didn't talk about this. So something happened today. Senate 7's not tracking it. Trigger Joe's not tracking it. However, Muffin Fingers is tracking it. All right. VTT the baker is tracking it. All right. We're going to change his name to VTT Cat Food. All right. Because he delayed the sponsorship recording that we did for today's show because he had to go buy cat food.
It's extremely selfish of you, Chris.
Yeah. So VTT's Cat Food, we salute you for everything that you do and your love for animals. All right. So the baker loves animals and now he's the cat food guy. So anybody needs cat food, hit up Cat Food Guy and he's going to help you out. All right.
Catfood.com. No, I'm just kidding.
Catfood.com. That's the teller. Go ahead, Chris, make that a website and make millions. We just set it up for you. Okay. So catfood.com.
Catfood.com.
Right? For those of you who delayed meetings for cat food. All right. So Joe, give us your locks, give us your parlays, and give us your DraftKings sleeper. Let's go.
My DraftKings sleeper is the last fight we just called, Justin Gaethje. Get in there before this money moves this to a pick'em because he just swayed to a plus 115 underdog. These odds are moving quick.
It was a plus 140.
Yeah, so I got Gaethje as my DraftKings sleeper. My locks are Rose Namajunas, Michael Chandler, and Ovince St. Preux. I also like Andre Fiallo in the early prelims, but he's pretty expensive. So here's my parlay. We're gonna roll with Lupita Godinez in the early prelims. Then Andre Fiallo, also early prelims. Brandon Royval in the next one up prelims. Ovince St. Preux, Michael Chandler, and Rose Namajunas. You need me to say that again?
No, they can rewind it.
All right. Well, there you go. That's my parlay, and you got my locks and my DraftKings sleeper.
Yeah,
and I've already got a play on one.
Maybe these people are taking notes because our viewers went from like 17 to 4, so maybe they know the show's wrapping up and they took notes. God bless you, because I take notes, and that's how you figure this out. So, Bill, give us your locks, your parlays, and your DraftKings sleeper. Now, pay attention. Pay attention to this stuff. Like, write it down, because this is how you make money. Okay, Bill, what say you?
All right, my locks: Rose and Chandler, just like Joe. DraftKings sleeper, I am switching to Gaethje, and I'm also going to give you another DraftKings sleeper on the early prelims called Gatto, Gatto. Take a look at that one. Latest, he was a plus 115. It's a good pick. Parlay, I'm going to start from early prelims and work my way up. Take Lupi Godinez, female fighting in early prelims, over Carnelossi. And then moving into the regular prelims, also look at Ivanov by decision over De Lima. Solid choice there. Dumont, even though she missed weight, I think she's still going to take over Chazon. And like Joe said, Royval is a solid pick to throw in a parlay. I was going to go Fiallo, but if you look at Van Camp, it's his first fight in. So I'm a little hesitant because he's had a hell of a career prior to coming to UFC.
Typical fister.
So it just makes me nervous. Fiallo is
Hey,
like
plus he's
like Joe
expensive.
said, Fiallo's still a -400. So he's an expensive pick anyway. And then going on, take St. Preux, Chandler, Rose, Gagey.
I'm sorry, I blacked out after you said you were hesitant because an infantryman just goes forward. But okay.
I
So
just send it. So.
yeah, just send it. Send it 7. Well, apparently not. Apparently sometimes you hesitate.
Well, I got to make sure I know where you fuckers are before I just send it.
Yeah. You can't just throw lawn darts out there. Come on.
That is a fact. This isn't World War II. What are we doing here? So
And
anyways,
thank God Bill can send it better than he can throw a beanbag because
that is true.
That didn't work. That didn't work out.
Nice.
No, it did not. Cost me $40.
So Mickey Severson is back on the chat thread. He says he ordered from shop.betterantrashtalk.com. I didn't see the code VTTGW get used. Okay, so send me a private message. VTT's Big Earl, Mickey. Look up VTT's Big Earl. Send me a private message, and we'll get that squared away. But anyways, great show tonight. Make sure you go back and look at these picks. Write them down. If you don't have the money to gamble, don't gamble. It's that simple. And we have a great show coming up tomorrow for the Trash Talk Hour. It's a unique perspective. We haven't done it before, but we have, seeing as it was what I think we have days and months for everything now. Like I can't keep up, but I think today was Military Spouse Appreciation Day, right?
Yep.
Right. So we have 2 military spouses coming on the show tomorrow, and they decided to put their skin in the game. Right. And they are starting a nonprofit, and they already have started it. So we're going to promote them, and we're going to have that perspective going on. So I hope they can handle the trash talk that is coming, because there is going to be some talk about uteruses and other kinds of stuff. So it's going to be a pleasure to have multiple uteruses on the show to have their perspective to when we talk about it. But anyways, yeah, you got your picks. And again, if you're looking for a job, if you're unemployed right now, or you want a career switch, go to fleettex.com. All right. This guy is serious. He's bought in. He's helping us. He's sponsoring us. We're partners. So go to fleettex.com and apply for a job. You got mechanical or electrical backgrounds, you're a plus, you're pretty much in, as long as you're not a complete, D-bag. So go there, apply, get yourself a job. Other than that, we will see you tomorrow at 1700 Eastern Time for the Trash Talk Hour with the Ohana Homefront Foundation. See you guys tomorrow. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.